Hi guys, let's start the session. In this topic, I'll be continuing with the further elements of basics of contract chapter number 1. मैं आपको एक पीडीएफ भेजूंगा और उस पीडीएफ के साथ आपको आगे के कंटेंट लिखने हैं और समझने हैं. If a flashback has been given you, I have only taught you what is the meaning of the word contract of sale. In that meaning of contract of sale, what we have discussed is who is called buyer, who is called seller, what is called property, what is called goods and what is called price. yes, इसके डेफिनेशन, इसके कंटेंट आपको इस नोट से मिल जाएंगे जो मैं आपको आपके ग्रुप्स पे शेयर कर दूंगा. नंबर 2, आई बी ऑन यूट्यूब, यू कैन सर्च मी ध्वनिक्षा. आपको कंटेंट जो है जो मैं आपको शेयर करूंगा हर बार आपको वहां पे मिलेगा ओपन. इट्स अ प्राइवेट चैनल. जब जब मैं पब्लिक कर दूंगा आप उसको देख पाओगे. आई बी गिविंग यू शेड्यूल टाइमिंग, उसके अंदर आपको ये देख के खत्म करना है. आगे जाता हूं मैं. Here I'll be teaching you the types of goods and how do you determine the price. That is the agenda for this session along with sale and agreement to sale का meaning. यहाँ पे देखना, what do you mean by sale? ये कहता है sale under a contract of sale means what? Under a contract of sale, sales means what? It means when the ownership is transferred from seller to buyer, we call it as sale. When under a contract of sale, the property in goods is transferred from seller to buyer, we call it as sale. The transaction is sale even though the price is payable at a later date or is delivered to be in the future, provided the ownership of the goods is transferred from seller to buyer. डिलीवरी कभी भी दिया जाए चलेगा, प्राइस कभी पे किया जाएगा चलेगा, but what is important to understand it, सेल है या नहीं है. The fact to be noted here is क्या वो ओनरशिप ट्रांसफर हो रही है. The transaction is sale even if the price is payable at a later date. Fair enough. Delivery is to be given in the future. Fair enough. Provided the ownership is transferred. I hope you are clear with this. जब मैं आपको टेकअप्स दूंगा, लाइव टेकअप्स, उसके अंदर आपको ये सब ध्यान देना है कि ये वर्ड्स आपको पिक करने हैं जब मैं पूछूंगा. यू हैव टू बी वेरी क्रिस्टल क्लियर विद योर आंसर्स हियर. मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, agreement to sale. This is agreement to sale. Now what it says is when a transfer of ownership is to take place at a future time, आज नहीं कोई और दिन, और subject to some conditions to be fulfilled later. कुछ भी हो जाए, ये दो शब्द मत भूलना. If the ownership is going to get transferred at, in your mind, future time, in your mind, on fulfillment of certain conditions later, then today it is called as what? It is called as agreement to sale. अब ये कभी ना कभी, whenever in the future it may become a sale, but not today. तो ये कहता है in which situation will your agreement to sale becomes a sale. Your agreement to sale becomes a sale when that future time arrives or the conditions of the future gets accomplished. When the future time arrives or the conditions gets accomplished, we call it as what? We call that as a sale. Further, अब ये तो एलिमेंट नंबर 1 था. आपको मैं एग्जांपल दूं अग्रीमेंट टू सेल्स के, तो मैं कहूं गुड्स सोल्ड ऑन कंसाइनमेंट बेसिस, goods sold on sale or return basis, goods sold on approval basis. These are all agreement to sale whereby it will be a sale on fulfillment of a condition, that is approval by the buyer. I hope that is clear. Number 2 is 7 days exchange guarantee, 7 days money back exchange. तो 7 days फिनिश होने पे वो क्या हो जाएगा? सेल. सब तक वो सेल नहीं होगा क्योंकि यहाँ पे there is an uncertainty that the goods might be returned back. आगे जाते हैं. मैंने आपको गुड्स का डेफिनेशन ऑलरेडी पढ़ाया हुआ है, तो यू नो व्हाट इज गुड्स एवरीवन. तो अभी मैं आपको क्या सिखा रहा हूं? क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ गुड्स करवा रहा हूं. तो यहां पे ध्यान देना, देयर आर 3 क्लासिफिकेशंस ऑफ गुड्स. एक है एग्जिस्टिंग गुड्स, दूसरा है फ्यूचर गुड्स और तीसरा है कंटिंजेंट गुड्स. अब एग्जिस्टिंग गुड्स, फ्यूचर गुड्स के अंदर, लेट मी जस्ट राइट इट डाउन, ये यहां से लिखा नहीं है तो यहाँ पे ध्यान देना. एग्जिस्टिंग गुड्स मीन्स द गुड्स विच आर इन एग्जिस्टेंस एट द टाइम ऑफ COS. What is COS? At the time of contract of sale. Existing goods मतलब ऐसे goods जो existence में है at the time of contract of sale with whom? With the seller, definitely with the seller. अब मेरी बात सुनिएगा ध्यान से, existing goods तो समझ में इजीली आ जाएगा. अगर सेलर के पास गुड्स है इन एग्जिस्टेंस तो उसे कहा जाएगा एग्जिस्टिंग गुड्स. लेकिन सर एग्जिस्टेंस का मतलब क्या? इट रेफर्स टू गुड्स ओन्ड और possessed by the seller at the time of COS. मतलब एग्जिस्टेंस में होना मतलब या तो वो गुड्स ओन्ड है या तो उसके पोजेशन में है एट द टाइम ऑफ व्हाट? कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ सेल. उसे हम एग्जिस्टिंग गुड्स कहते हैं. ठीक है सर. अब एग्जिस्टिंग गुड्स को उन्होंने डिवाइड किया है इनटू 3 एलिमेंट्स: स्पेसिफिक गुड्स, असर्टेन गुड्स एंड अनअसर्टेन गुड्स. It's a very interesting concept. I bet you out you will be the very few people out of the students who will be very clearly understanding these terms: specific, ascertained and unascertained goods. Let me tell you what are specific goods. The definition says that the goods which are identified and agreed upon when a contract of sale is made is called specific goods. Identified and agreed upon at the time of contract of sale is called specific goods. सुनना ध्यान से, have some patience. Goods which are identified and agreed upon after contract of sale is made is called ascertained goods. सुनिएगा, अगर गुड्स को आइडेंटिफाई किया एट द टाइम व्हेन यू एंटर्ड इनटू कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, इट इज स्पेसिफिक. इफ द गुड्स आर आइडेंटिफाइड आफ्टर द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इज मेड, इट इज असर्टेन. एंड जब तक गुड्स आइडेंटिफाई नहीं हुए हैं उसे कहते हैं अनअसर्टेन गुड्स. उसे कहते हैं अनअसर्टेन गुड्स. मतलब अगर गुड्स आइडेंटिफाई हुए पहले तो असर्टेन, तो स्पेसिफिक. गुड्स आइडेंटिफाई हुए बाद में तो फिर असर्टेन, और जब तक गुड्स आइडेंटिफाई नहीं हुए उसे अनअसर्टेन्ड गुड्स कहा जाएगा. लेट्स टेक वन एग्जांपल फर्स्ट. अगर इफ आई से यू कि यू आर बेसिकली गोइंग टू बाय सम वेजिटेबल्स और फ्रूट्स फ्रॉम अ फ्रूट मार्केट और वेजी मार्केट. अब वहां पे यू सेड गिव मी 1 kg ऑफ एप्पल. जब आपने कहा 1 kg एप्पल एट द रेट ऑफ ₹200, ओके गिव मी. अब जब आपने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किया तब उसके पास 50 किलो एप्पल का एक बड़ा सा बकेट है, बड़ा सा बकेट. उसमें अप्रोक्सीमेटली 50 kg एप्पल्स है. और जब आपने अग्रीमेंट किया, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ सेल किया, एट द सेम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम आपने क्या नहीं कहा? एट द सेम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम आपने ये नहीं कहा क्या? एट दैट सेम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम आपने एप्पल्स को पिक करने से पहले कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कर दिया कि मुझे 1 kg एप्पल चाहिए. अब इस 50 kg के बकेट में से आपके 1 kg कौन से एप्पल होंगे वो आपको पता नहीं है. तो अगर आपने ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ सेल में जब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बनाया तब आपने आपके गुड्स को आइडेंटिफाई किया या नहीं कहा? आपने आइडेंटिफाई नहीं किया है क्योंकि आपको ये नहीं पता कौन से 1 kg आपको मिलेंगे. तो at the time of contract of sale, are they identified or not? Sir, no. At the time of contract of sale, we don't know which 1 kg we want to buy. So these are not specific. These are not specific. So if it is not identified at the time of contract of sale, we say it is unascertain, not identified, unascertain goods. उसके बाद ये कहता है कि जैसे ही आपने आइडेंटिफाई किया, आपने एक एक एप्पल पिक किया और बोला ये वाला 1 किलो देना, at that time he weighing it and then giving you, वो समय पे वो ascertained हो जाता है. मतलब identified after contract is made is called specific. No, sorry guys, identified after the contract of sale is called सर्टेन गुड्स। लेकिन ऐसे भी कस्टमर्स होते हैं जो पहले पूछते हैं भैया क्या भाव है एप्पल, 200 रुपया किलो। Then he is not committing. He says he just picks up the apples first. Pick one, second apple, third, fourth, fifth, and he thought thinks five apples में 1 kg हो जाएगा, and then he says भैया 1 किलो देना। अब जब वो 1 किलो देने की कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ सेल एंटर कर रहा है, उसने अपने एप्पल्स आइडेंटिफाई कर लिए हैं। In that situation ये क्या होना जाएगा? It will be termed as what? Specific goods, because these are identified at the time of contract of sale. So in short, the difference lies in a term okay, what is the timing of identification. If they are identified at the time of contract of sale, we call it as specific. If they are identified after entering into contract of sale, we call it as uncertain. And till they are identified, we call it as uncertain goods. मैं आपके लिए ऐसे 50 एग्जाम्पल ले सकता हूं, एक बार आप इसको क्लियर कीजिएगा. लेट मी टेक वन मोर टू बी मोर बेटर. इमेजिन कीजिए, in the school days when I was in school, when you were in school, anytime when we are nearby to or there's a bus coming up to take us back to the school, or we have been going in a car, suddenly before going to school we say, mom, I want one chocolate or one lollipop, etc. And the person who has a shop is nearby to our home, we go there, rush back there and say, okay, uncle, one dairy milk please. And sometimes what happens, uncle tells us, you take it. So what happens, okay, you take the dairy milk from the box of dairy milks available there, and you show it to the uncle, I am taking one. Sometimes what happens, you give the 20 rupees to the uncle and you say to the seller, give me one dairy milk. So contract बनने के बाद वहां पे 50 dairy milk का पूरा बॉक्स है, उसमें से जब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बना तभी आपको ये नहीं पता ये 50 में से कौन सा डेयरी मिल्क आपको मिलेगा. और कभी कभी क्या होता है, आप पहले पिक वो डब्बे में से निकाल लेते हो इक्लेयर्स या डेयरी मिल्क, और हमका ये दो इक्लेयर्स लिया, एंड देन यू गिव हिम 2 rupees. So if you identified and then enter into contract, it is called specific. But if you do it afterwards, it is called uncertain. And unless you do it, it's called uncertain. Example number 3. If you go to an Apple showroom and try to deal for a mobile phone, that is Apple phone, say iPhone 10, if I don't know much about all that, but iPhone 10, and there are around 25 boxes of iPhones available in the store, that black color iPhone 10 with 256 GB whatever. अब जैसे ही आपने वो iPhone क्लिक डन किया, तब उसके पास 250 बॉक्सेस पड़े हैं, सपोज 250 बॉक्सेस. अब उसमें से कौन सा बॉक्स आपको देना है, वो आपने कहा कि बिलिंग के बाद में कोई भी एक पिक कर लूंगा. अगर आपने पहले से पिक करके रखा होता, दिस बॉक्स आई बी टेकिंग इट ओवर, दैट इज स्पेसिफिक. इफ यू डू इट लेटर, इट्स कॉल्ड uncertain. I am very sure कि आपको समझ में आ रहा होगा. And if you still don't, you have my number. You can just contact me back on 779 or any the other number, and I'll surely get back to you in some time, half an hour. And so if I'm not in the lecture, I'll be talking to you immediately on that. Going forward, if the goods are already antique, these are always specific in nature. अगर उसका कोई ऑप्शन ही नहीं है दूसरा, मतलब एक ही पाइनएप्पल है शॉप सेलर के पास, and then you say भैया पाइनएप्पल कैसे दिया, तो पाइनएप्पल तो एक ही है ना, then you enter into it will be always specific, because अगर एक ही चीज है there is no point of selection. So when does the concept of uncertain or uncertain comes into the picture? When there are more things of the same kind, then we don't know what we are going to pick for. That is the time this concept arrives, and these notes are going to be enough for you to understand all these 3 elements: specific goods, uncertain goods. Just take out this stuff. In specific goods, they are identified at the time of contract of sale. In while uncertain goods, they are identified after making but before performance of contract. It means that specific goods and uncertain goods में फर्क क्या है वो बताया है. क्या लिखा uncertain के अंदर? The goods which are not specifically identified and agreed upon at the time of COS is made are called uncertain goods. This contract is sale for uncertain goods because the bags of wheat have not been identified at the time of contract of sale. Now the bags of wheat is the same example like the mobile phones example. Wheat के example के अंदर अगर मैं counter करूँ, I told you there are lots of examples to that. तो अगर आपने 100 bags of wheat है, उसमें से 10 wheats के बैग अलग कर दिए at the time of contract, तो वो specific हो जाएगा. बाद में किए तो certain, और जब तक नहीं किए तब तक अनसर्टन माना जाएगा. कभी कभी वी बाई इट, ही सेड आई डिलीवर एट होम, बट वो अलग नहीं किए, 100 में 10 अलग नहीं किए. जब तक अलग नहीं किए वो क्या होगा, अनसर्टन माना जाएगा. यू कैन आस्क मी कि सर व्हाई आर यू making us learn these three elements. Have some patience. I'll also tell you that coming soon. कि why the hell we are going in so much of detail to know कि existing के अंदर भी तीन elements, specific, ascertain and uncertain. You'll have to learn that also later. As of now, what you're learning is कि classification of goods in chapter number 1. Definitely it's useful for us to identify risk later on. ठीक है. अब specific goods, ascertain goods and uncertain goods in a sentence. Identified at the time of contract is specific. Identified at not identified at the time of contract is uncertain, and when it is identified after the contract is made is called ascertain goods. I hope you're clear with this. Moving forward, there is something called as future goods. अब ये कहता है future goods का मतलब क्या? The goods which are, just check it out here. There are three terms here. The goods which are, I hope you can see it better. I think this will be better now. Just a minute. The goods which are yet to be manufactured in case of a manufacturer, yet to be produced in case of a producer, or yet to be acquired in case of a trader, you can say. Sir, are these three words important? Very much, definitely yes. The three code words, the core words. जो गुड्स सेलर के पास या तो मैन्युफैक्चर नहीं हुए, या तो प्रोड्यूस नहीं हुए, या तो अक्वायर्ड नहीं है इन ट्रेडर के केसेस में एट द टाइम ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ सेल. मतलब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट जब बना तब वो गुड्स है या नहीं है, नहीं है. अगर वो गुड्स एग्जिस्टेंस में नहीं है, yet to be manufactured or produced or acquired, then these are called as future goods. And one thing is very clear, you can't sell something which you don't have it. It means that even if you enter into a contract of sale, it won't be termed as sale, it will be termed as agreement to sell. It means that this is the contract for the sale of future goods. A contract for sale of future goods is always dash agreement to sale. It cannot be a sale, it has to be agreement to sale, because जो एग्जिस्टेंस में नहीं है उसे आप बेच नहीं सकते. So points to be remembered: one is yet to be manufactured, produced or acquired. Point number 2, always agreement to sell. I hope you are clear with this. Let me take an example. If you are buying an Activa, but Activa wala banda, the dealer says, "Ma'am, we don't have in stock. You have to book it, and we'll be delivering you in next 35 days." In that situation, when you book it by paying 1,000 rupees, we say that it's a sale of future goods, and that is called as agreement to sell. After 35 days, when Activa arrives, that is called existing in nature then, and then you can sell it off. I hope you're clear with this. So, element number 3 is contingent goods. The goods which are not in existence, and number 2, गुड्स का फ्यूचर में एग्जिस्टेंस में आना वो भी श्योरिटी नहीं है. मतलब नंबर 1 ये एग्जिस्टेंट गुड्स नहीं है, नंबर 2 ये फ्यूचर गुड्स है. और फ्यूचर गुड्स और इसमें ये फर्क है कि फ्यूचर गुड्स और यहां पे ऑल कंटिंजेंट गुड्स हैज टू बी फ्यूचर, but all future cannot be contingent. It means if there is an uncertainty regarding arrival, we call it as what? Contingent goods. It means that the example continuing one, if you are booking Activa whereby you are saying, I purely want white Activa only. The dealer says, okay, ma'am, we can't assure you for the same because we don't know which colors are going to come up. So we can, if the white color comes up, ma'am, we will be delivering you. Otherwise, I'll be refunding you your 1,000 rupees. It means you are talking about which goods here? Contingent in nature. मतलब अगर उसका existence में आना श्योर नहीं है, आप श्योर नहीं हो कि वो आएगा या नहीं आएगा, तो आप उसको क्या नाम दे रहे हो? the name you're giving to that part is called as nothing but contingent in nature. The reason very clear. Okay, the goods which are not the the delivery of the goods which is not sure, we will be always claiming it as contingency in nature. Otherwise, you will be liable to deliver him even though if you don't get it. So to be on the safer side, what do you say? Ma'am, we are not sure. We'll be giving you the Activa white shade if it comes to us. And if it's not come to us, I will refund you 1,000 rupees. That is called as contingent. Today we go to the market, today in lockdown, sometimes we demand some specific product which is not available due to lockdown. And he kills you, ma'am, you give us the money advance. If we get it, then I'll deliver you. If you don't get it, I'll pay you the money back. So you don't enter into a promise because you're not sure whether you get it or not. But if you're sure, you can get it. It's just that you don't have now. It's called as future goods. But if you're unsure, then you should not go to a commitment. You should always go for contingent contract. That is what you have learned in CA Foundation Contract Act. Okay. These are three nature of goods. This is where I finish off this video, whereby I have taught you classification of goods. Just for flashback, there are three kinds of classification. Classification in terms of existing goods, future goods and contingent goods, whereby existing को हमने divide किया था into specific, ascertained and unascertained goods. I'll see you in the next video, which I'll be discussing with you the price, and in the next video I'll be discussing with you what? Discussing with contract of sale with different types of contracts, and after that condition warranties. Coming soon, बहुत सारे videos आपको देखने हैं, ठीक है? And then I'll be live. ठीक है, take care, bye.